turn white. Your face will turn green. Your eyeballs will pop with pressure. Because our doomsday shows the living end. For your strength, you're gonna need an awful lot when you see our shocker pictures. So terrifying.
Good evening, and welcome to a very special episode of the Lost Legacies podcast. I am your host.
Geez, guys, I didn't know we were doing voices, so I'm just gonna do this one because it's me, Matt, and I don't like horror movies, so yeah, I'm here for some reason, and we got guests.
Our guests are two very, very important people we love, we cherish more than life itself. It's a couple of my best friends in the whole world. My best friend, Mickey, and my best friend, Amy. Welcome to the podcast, guys. Introduce yourselves.
Ooh. Hello. We're ghosts. Hi, my name's Amy.
No, that was my impression of the little baby alien when it comes out of your chest.
Oh, that was good. Okay,
that was pretty good. That was good.
I gotta say, those are all good.
Yeah.
Sam sounded like a vampire and slowly started turning into Puss in Boots. But I like it.
Spanish vampire. There you go.
I was getting some Coco vibes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can dig that.
El Vampiro.
El Vampiro. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, welcome, dear listeners. This is our very special Halloween spooktacular for Lost Legacies. So if you came this week hoping that Matt and I were going to get into some awesome discourse about the latest, coolest episode of Lost, well, you're out of luck because we're not doing that this week. This week, we are going to be celebrating horror, all things horror, horror movies, horror TV shows, horror video games, horror, I don't know, tabletop games. I don't know. We're gonna be talking about a bunch of stuff.
Well, I will say before we get started, like I teased in the intro, I'm not a big horror movie guy, so I don't know how much I'm going to contribute to this. I'll pipe in here and there. However, my goal for this hour is to determine who out of Sam, Amy, and Mickey is the Lost Legacies horror buff. So I have trivia questions, and I'm gonna be giving points.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
I will also say this. I had no idea that Matt had these until we started this. So I just said like, yeah, I wrote down some questions I wanted to ask everybody. And he's like, cool, I wrote down trivia. I'm like,
So no favoritism. Everyone here is equal.
okay, cool.
Do you want to just get started? You want me to ask my first one?
Yeah, just throw out your first horror one and then we'll go from there.
All right. These are multiple choice. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Is there
Is there what?
a buzzer?
No, it's just whoever shouts the right answer first.
Okay.
That's
So-
perfect. That's a perfect that's a perfect thing for a podcast. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's gonna be fun editing this. So, first question is for 5 points. How many people associated with The Exorcist died during production?
Multiple
Was it-
choice. Wait.
5, 9, 12, or 15?
9.
5.
Damn it. I was also gonna say 5.
The answer is 9.
Oh!
All right. So Amy has
Yes.
started it. Okay.
All right.
I think that's wrong.
Well, you're wrong.
I think it's 9 in total and 5 during production. But we
Well,
will see.
I will say this. I didn't get these from any credible source other than obscure horror movie facts off the internet. So you might be right. But Amy already got the points.
Okay.
Well, okay then. Okay. I guess that's a good way to kick this off. So my question to everybody, and y'all can answer this any order you want. I want to know what your horror origin story is. Like, I want to know what was the first movie or show or anything that got you into horror movies.
Mickey's pointing to me, so I guess I'm gonna go. I've actually been trying to figure this out because there's this trend going around on Twitter, like the horror fan and the movie that made them a horror fan or something. It's something more clever than that. And I don't totally know. I know which one was the first one that scared me, like which movie was the first one to scare me. Which it was Signs. It was Signs. I feel like it scared a lot of us. We did watch it recently, maybe a year or so ago, and it still scared me a little. There's like, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. The alien showing up at the party, the birthday party, that's what gets me. And then I think there's that one moment with like what is it, butter knife or something? Like, yeah, being slid under the door. Those two moments, there's something scary there. Spielberg, our cat, agrees also. I think, I don't know. I don't know if that's the thing that made me a horror movie fan, because I honestly can't even tell you what the one movie was, but that one certainly scared the crap out of me. And I mean, I still talk about it to this day. So that's how you know it's a winner. Everyone, watch Signs if you haven't yet. But try to watch it like I would say during the day, but that's not true because the birthday party happens during the day. I think about birthday parties differently now. Thank you, Signs.
Now we know what to do for Amy's next birthday party.
Oh,
what?
God.
Bring an alien? Don't do it. unless he's cool like E.T. We already have a cat named E.T. But could you imagine having an alien come in and be like, E.T., meet E.T.? I like that.
And then the kid screaming, "It's behind!"
Behind.
And then like he's pointing where like the bushes, and then the alien crosses.
Are you just having me relive the entire movie? Because the swing
crazy.
for the, what is it?
Swing for the fences.
Swing for the fences?
No, it's just swing away.
Oh,
Swing away. Wow,
Yeah.
this is scary.
That's what it is. So for me, it was like two things in particular. The first one was, I think everyone's heard this here, but the first one was I wasn't allowed to watch Nightmare on Elm Street when I was a kid. It was kind of the only movie my parents were like, yeah, don't watch that. And I was like really upset, and I went to school and I complained about how upset I was. And then one of my friends, she brought a CD, and it was the score for Nightmare on Elm Street. And she's like, hey, I don't have the movie, but I have this. And I would listen to it and imagine what the movie would be like. And that was my first like connection to a horror movie, was like my little brain coming up with images that were like way too trippier and horrific than anything that I saw in the movie when I finally saw it. And then the second one was like, I remember when I had my first like communal horror experience, I was like spending the night at my neighbor's house. And my neighbor was like, in his infinite wisdom, was like, hey, we should watch this clown movie. And we watched the It miniseries. And I remember all of us behind the couch just being like, I should go. But I didn't, because I wanted to see if they won. And I remember the first half of the movie, and the second half, I remember being bored.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is kind of how it is when they remade the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. That's really cool. I didn't know that about about it. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's gotta be mine too. I went to, it wasn't like a summer school, it was like a summer camp. Just, I was in middle school. It was just like this camp thing to get away from that your parents said you to get away, it was at some elementary school, and like the young kids, they got to play like Nintendo 64, and the older kids, we got to go watch a movie, and they decided to play it for some reason. And, I couldn't show it because, we're in middle school and you have to be cool, right? But it flipped me the hell out. Like, I had to sleep with the lights on. I was afraid to take a shower because I knew if I opened my eyes, he would be in there in the drain. I was like, nope. Horrible. So I get you, Mickey. I understand.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember wanting to go into the room and watch horror movies with you guys because that's where you and like our cousin, like y'all were in there, but y'all said I was too little, so I couldn't go in there.
So we saved you.
Yeah, I guess, but you know, I was just like, I want to go. I want to see the weird clown movie. So like the first one, the first movie I guess I came to like technically on my own was Exorcist 3. The person I was dating at the time, they were just like, look, trust me, like it's a good movie. You're gonna enjoy it. Like just and my only reference point for Exorcist was the first one, because I think at some point I had seen part of the possession scene and I had like freaked out. So I was super scared. So I was like, I don't know about the so then sat down and watched it, and it's like, oh, it's like a cop procedural movie. And they have to find the killer, but they have to consult another killer. And then it's like, oh, and then there's, you know, demon possession and all that. And I was like, oh, this is this is kind of cool. It was very scary, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. But I think the first thing that like stuck in my mind, like the first like image of a horror movie, was when I was like 5. It was during Sunday Visit. My family, you know, we would all get together and we'd have a big dinner. It was after the dinner. All my cousins were in my grandparents' living room. They were just flipping through the channels. And I was just, I don't know, I was too little. I was just running around through the house, whatever. And then when I ran into the living room and saw what they were watching on TV, it was the prom scene from Carrie. And I didn't know what was happening because I didn't know there was such a thing as scary movies. I just knew that there were movies that like I wasn't supposed to watch. So then I come in and then the pig's blood falls on her and then everything starts being set on fire and people are dying. And I was frozen in terror and I started crying. And then I like ran away to like cry in another room. And then I came back. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, it's going to be okay. And I went back into the living room and I came back at the point where like the house is collapsing in on itself. And there's like the image of the Jesus with the eyes bleeding, the nails and stuff in the eyes. And I was like, oh, okay, no, this actually got worse. Cool. And then I like went back and cried again. So yeah, that was, I don't know how I'm such a fan of horror movies now, but I guess it's like they've just been following me my whole life. They finally broke me down and was like, yes, join us, Sam. Yeah, okay,
what a wonderful Sunday afternoon.
Right?
Wouldn't you say? Yes.
Right. I don't think any of our family knew that either.
It's her acting, right? That's what got you.
Yeah, it was the acting.
Mm-hmm. So if Sam didn't really know what horror movies was, now I'm curious what his thoughts on prom was for that time. It's either Grease or Carrie.
Yeah. It was one or the other, you know. When I had my prom, I was like, okay, this is either going to go Grease or it's going to go Carrie. It went neither of those, and so I was just disappointed in the whole
yeah.
There's also Prom Night. Another wonderful horror movie.
It didn't go that way either. So, you know, just again, disappointing.
Prom Night 2. This is Mary Lou, is that what her name is?
I think so, yeah.
I love Prom Night 2. I think Prom Night 2 is better than Prom Night 1.
Have I seen Prom Night 2?
I don't think so.
We should watch it.
I love it so much.
All right, we're gonna have to do a movie marathon. We're gonna have to watch them.
Oh my god. Our cats are just very excited about prom night.
Now that we've got that out of the way, I want to ask you guys a question. Barring vampires and werewolves, I want to know what your favorite horror movie monsters are.
I got mine.
Go.
Okay, go.
So, I recently watched The Outsider on HBO.
Ooh, okay.
And like, I think I'm gonna need to get into spoilers for The Outsider.
Okay, that's fine. So, spoiler warning for The Outsider, HBO's The Outsider, based off the novel by Stephen King. So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. And this is your official notice.
So the creature in The Outsider is essentially a skinwalker.
Ooh, okay.
And it comes from the part of space that the creature comes from, where it feeds off of fear and it feeds off of emotion, and it can change its shape, and it likes changing its shape to people. And it's the idea, and then like skinwalkers were always weird to me, and then like I was introduced to them through Supernatural, and then I researched more and I watched more skinwalker movies and stuff. But this one got to me because it's the idea that in your head you know you didn't do something, and people are telling you that you did something, and like you start thinking, did I do the thing? Like there's concrete evidence, there's video footage that I did the thing, there's fingerprints, then my fingerprints are there, people are saying that I did the thing, people saw me do the thing. What if like there's a gap in my memory and I did the thing? And like I think skinwalkers to me are kind of that, and they also bring out like the worst in other people, because like your wife isn't gonna be on your side if there's that much, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'd be on your side.
oh, that's beautiful. But like I hope that if there's like that much you know stuff, then you'd be at least, you know, you'd like keep your distance from me.
No, what I'd ask you, and I'd probably like have like, you know, one of those Ring cameras or something just to like check your behavior at all times. But I'd ask you, maybe, you know, put you through a lie detector test or something.
Nice.
I like it.
But yeah, so I think that's right now I'm really leaning into that, and how that's terrifying to me is people telling you that you did something.
I think mine kind of like relates to yours, because y'all should know this. I have a hard time picking like favorites or like the one movie or the one monster or whatever. So I'm going to say that maybe it's not, I don't know if it's my favorite, because I love so many monsters and so many like villains and like scary things. But I think this one's definitely something that is different, and you might not necessarily think about it as a monster, but I love Us. Oh, what, Amy? You're talking about Us again? Yes, I am. What I think is like, I think all the tethered people have monster-like qualities. And what's scarier than like a more terrifying version of yourself? Like something that looks exactly like you, just a little bit twisted, but knows everything about you in a way, and knows how you think, how you move. And yeah, I mean, I think that's absolutely terrifying. I think Lupita Nyong'o's depiction of Adelaide and Red all in one movie is just, I mean, award-winning. It should have been, at least.
Definitely should have been.
Yeah. And you know, like there's so much to play with there, but what's so scary is being like, wait, they look exactly like us. They everything. It's like I'm a Gemini, and while I've never really wanted a twin, it's just the idea about like having an evil twin. That's so scary to me. Yeah. So I would have to say, I guess it's just all of the tethered people, all of them. And then, oh my gosh, all the scenes that we get underneath when they're just like not like kind of doing the same thing as everyone up there, but they're not. And it's just twisted and sick. Oh God, I love it.
Yeah. And I just exactly that. I think the idea of having like a darker version of yourself, like a twisted version of you that like that has like these violent tendencies, like that is horrifying. It's also kind of tragic when it's like they also just didn't have the same opportunity as you. You know, they're only the way they are by like their circumstance. And so it's like that's the heartbreaking thing about that movie. But then of course they are also just very hyper violent, and you know, they want to kill everyone. You know, they want to kill like their better versions, the people that lived above them. That's always been something that has been freaky to me as well, like the idea that there is another you, like an evil you or something like that. Yeah. Matt, what about you? What's your favorite monster?
Aliens. Those are really good answers, and that's all I got. Aliens, you know.
Just aliens?
I like answer.
Like xenomorphs or
Yeah, like something you can see. So not like Cloverfield where it's this big giant thing, but like a xenomorph, something that could hide like in your closet or under the bed or something like that, you know.
okay.
Or even the Thing. I mean, the Thing was alien, and that's one of those looks exactly like your friend until he doesn't.
That's true.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm just a big sci-fi guy. So I'm like, give me aliens, you know.
What about War of the Worlds? Like technologically advanced alien races.
I mean, that's cool, but I think to me that kind of starts falling more under like the adventure kind of genre. For like horror, I would say aliens, or even like what's the movie with Lawrence Fishburne, Sam Neill?
Yes,
Event
X-Men.
Horizon.
Event Horizon. 'Cause that's not
X-Men.
aliens. That's not even aliens. That's more like space hell. But something like that, you know, it just pulls me in, you know, just being in space. So yeah, aliens.
I dig that. But I want to go, Amy. What X-Men movie do you think Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill were in?
You know, can I say that I feel like I have seen X-Men, but not completely. And if I did, I had absolutely no idea what was going on.
You've seen Logan,
What do you mean? Like
the movie Logan.
What does that have anything to do with X-Men?
Yeah, that's X-Men.
What?
Yeah.
Can I say that I actually meant to say The Matrix?
Oh.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute.
I meant to say The Matrix and I said X-Men. Wow. Well, there you go.
It's,
Wow.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Have I seen X-Men though? I don't know. But that was gonna really lose y'all because then I was gonna say I did dress up as Trinity for Halloween once.
I was gonna be like, what?
Whoa.
Wow.
Wait, can I just say that this is gonna be a very unpopular opinion,
Okay.
but I think Sam Neill would have been a great The One
Yeah.
as opposed to Keanu Reeves.
Sam
that's
Neill as
interesting.
Neo. That would have been cool.
Sam Neill.
Yeah, that's Sam Neill, the guy from Jurassic Park
Oh.
and the Mouth of Madness. What else is Sam Neill in?
Event Horizon.
Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, Thor
Yep.
Ragnarok. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's him.
My
Yeah.
brain just was like, bye.
I have a question. It might be really simple, but have you guys ever been accused of something that you didn't do?
Yes.
I believe so.
Because I was after I finished The Outsider, I listened to the Kingcast episode of The Outsider,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked this question, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And it reminded me of like a bunch of stuff, and then their stories felt like my stories, so I was freaking out. But
Maybe we're all connected.
yeah.
In a way.
Well, okay, you said yes very quickly.
Yeah, but then I thought about it some more and I was like, well, okay, quick story time. Won't take long. You can time me a minute. So I was in 4th grade and my mom and I had just moved back to the States. I was born in San Antonio. We went to Mexico, came back, blah, blah, blah. So we're there. And I didn't I don't know, kids are weird in 4th grade. But I remember there was this one kid and he was like trying to say something. And I was like, stop spitting, or like, was I the one? You know how like sometimes people get very excited about a certain topic and then they like accidentally like forget to like swallow.
No.
Yeah, right. That happens
Yes.
to a lot of us. We get very excited. Like it's happening right now. Just me talking about like horror movies, just in general. And yeah, like he said that I spit, and I was like, no, I didn't, because that's exactly how we spoke back in 4th grade. And so he ended up like telling the teacher like that I spit, and I was like, but I didn't. And she was like, that's gross. And I was like, what does gross mean? Because I didn't understand that word. And I was like, gross. I don't know. And so I actually had to, like, I talked to my mom about it. And we figured out what the word gross meant. But I was like, you suck. Anyway, And then that kid ended up tripping me later.
Oh shit.
I know.
So my friend and I were driving around in the valley in Texas, and he was arrested because someone matching his car and him were part of a hit and run
Oh.
Whoa.
of like an old woman.
Oh my
And
gosh.
his car was dented where
Oh my
people said that he hit the old woman. And the only reason why I wasn't arrested is because I was in the car. Like, it was because like people who saw the car hit say that there's only one person in the car,
Oh my god.
and he didn't do it because I was with him all day.
Right.
But he like they knew it was him. And he was like they wanted to like nail him. And like the thing is that he was really afraid. And like they mentioned this in the King Cast too. I didn't know they did it in other places that weren't the Valley in Texas. But there's a thing called a field ticket. Do you know what a field ticket is? Because you lived in the Valley. I don't know if your mom would have been like, hey, like just in case this ever happens.
No, I was 4.
Because a field ticket is essentially when the cops stop you, they say, do you want a field ticket? Or do you want us to write you up? And do you guys know what a field ticket is?
No.
A field ticket is they take you to the city limits and they kick your ass.
What?
Oh crap. Oh geez.
You have a choice between like getting a ticket or if you're drunk or going to jail, or they take you to the city limits and they kick your ass. That's what a field ticket is. So like he was always really afraid of the cops in the Valley. And so being arrested was
I'd be afraid of the cops anyway.
Yeah. Was like being arrested was like really traumatic for him, and he was there for a while, and it was this whole thing where they thought that he had murdered this woman.
Oh my gosh.
And it was his car, and it was someone who looked just like him. His hair, what he was wearing, everything.
Oh my gosh.
That's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
I was just gonna say that somebody accused me of like cheating off of their test one time, but
Yeah, I know.
didn't.
Like mine seems so much like who cares? Amy? Have
But
you
keep in mind, Mickey's the one who asked the question.
That's
So
true.
he knew he was gonna have the best answer.
Yeah.
Well, because I asked the question because I had that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah. And I got nothing. It's nothing kind of like what you said, Sam. Like, I honestly don't. It's happened before, but it was nothing that impacted me enough to really be in my mind like that.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I saw a cat that looked like Spielberg once outside, and
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
like, Spielberg, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Get inside. So that would have been really awkward.
Well, we would have just had another one.
It's true. It's true. Okay. So let me throw a curveball at you guys right now.
Oh my God.
Why? I'm scared.
What's your desert island horror movie?
Well. What have we here? It's like, what's his name? Oogie Boogie in the California Adventure commercials. What a great question, Sam.
Thank you.
You know what? I think mine would have to be this. Okay, so like desert island horror movie, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
So I need to clarify it because I don't want to say X-Men when I really mean Matrix again. This means a horror movie that you would watch over and over again, like, right?
Yeah, not necessarily
Yeah.
your favorite, just
Right.
the one that you would take
Yeah.
to keep you
Okay.
company for the most amount of time.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So mine would be Halloween. The
Okay.
very first one, because Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing. And I would like to have someone to inspire me to get out of my like crappy situation. Although I guess it's not that crappy because you don't have to pay rent on an island. But you know, there's a lot of things that you would be missing. So yeah, I think that one would be it. And then, well, is that all I would have? Because then I'm like, if I knew that I was going to take that movie, then I would also take my Michael Myers mask. So then I would just have so much fun.
I can imagine just like, you know, like the rescue crew comes, they're like, we're trying to see if there's anybody on the island. They just see Amy like pop out of like the jungle trees, you know, with like her Michael Myers mask. They're like, nope, there's nobody here. Back up. Let's go.
No. I think it would also help, like, if I start going a little crazy, I could just like plop his mask somewhere on the sand and just like talk to him. you know. But now I'm just talking about the mask. But again, yeah, Laurie Strode is just so inspiring, and she kicks butt. So
That's
I'm just so
interesting. I never
excited.
thought of it as like something to inspire you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to stay there forever. I'm a city girl. No, but really.
I think my answer would be Ringu.
Ooh.
I think Ringu's my island horror movie. My island horror movie.
Okay.
I think because I only watched it very recently. I only watched it like within the last like year and a half or something. It's the first time I ever watched Ringu, and since then I've watched it like 5 times, and like it doesn't get old, and every time you find like new things, and it's unlike what I thought it was going to be. It's not like the remake. And I thought everyone's like, oh, it's a very faithful remake or whatever. And then I watched it and I'm like, oh no, this is like really emotional. It's a lot. It is a lot. And I like it a lot. And I think it'd be really cool to actually have the time to sit there and like go frame by frame through the VHS and see all the things that you can catch.
I'm sorry, you said the VHS?
No, like the VHS in the movie.
Oh, I was like, because I told you that I want to get a VHS copy of The Ring or Ringu, I guess, and you said no. But I hear you now.
And like I'd like to watch it and like keep going and
Right.
And like maybe if I do it enough, then she'll come out of the screen and then I'll have a friend.
Oh yeah. You can put companions on an island. I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I like it. That's cute.
She'd be like, I'm gonna kill you, and then I'll be like, it's just me, and she'd be like, really? And I'd be like, yeah.
Do I hang out? This whole island to myself. Let's party.
That's great. Matt, what about you?
Abbott and Costello, me Frankenstein.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah, because it's not scary for me or modern day standards, and it's fun, but it has all the classic movie monsters. So yeah,
I like it. It's a good choice. It's a bold choice. I would choose, man. See, I didn't think about this when I asked this question. That I would also have to answer the question. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like this answer. I would have to say Crimson Peak.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just it's Guillermo del Toro's, like, it's one of his passion projects, and just every frame of that movie is just stuffed with something beautiful to look at. If it's the set design, if it's the actors, you know, the music is just breathtaking. Yeah, it's great. It's a great movie. I'm going to throw in another curveball and say, but if I had to choose like a series to watch, it would just be Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass would be my desert island horror show.
Wow.
Sam, what was that Mexican horror movie that we just saw together? That we bought on DVD together on eBay?
Oh yeah. Hang on, I gotta find the title for it really quick.
The Living Coffin.
Living Coffin. Yes, The Living Coffin.
Yeah, so Sam and I found like this distribution company that like restores really, really old like 50s Mexican horror movies and sells them on DVD on eBay. And then we were like, okay, so we bought a bunch of them and we watched The Living Coffin. And like, spoilers for The Living Coffin, that's like more than 80 years old. Halfway through, we're like, is this a Scooby-Doo episode? And at the end, we're like, it is!
But it predates Scooby-Doo. So then our hypothesis is like, hang on a second. This isn't Mexican Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is American The Living Coffin.
We were so excited. I would take The Living Coffin, too.
You would take The Living Coffin, too? Okay. I can dig that. All right, Matt, it's been a while. Throw us another question. What have you got?
Okay. So these are going to get a little weirder here. In September of 1950, the National Philadelphia Inquirer ran an article about a mysterious police investigation that garnered national attention. This investigation loosely inspired which movie?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
A, The Blob. B, House on Haunted Hill. C, Plan 9 from Outer Space, or D, The Thing?
B.
House on Haunted Hill. Wait,
What did you say, Amy?
I said B.
Okay, that's both. Haunted Hill. Sam?
no, wait.
I'm gonna say the Blob.
I'm gonna say The Blob too. Damn it.
Like, no, you can't just
Okay,
like
fine.
keep.
Fine. House on Haunted Hill, The Blob, and B.
Well, Sam said it first. It's the Blob.
Woo!
Oh, and that's for 10 points. So each question, the points double. So Sam's in the
What
lead.
the heck?
House on Haunted Hill is inspired by Shirley Jackson. I read
So,
that.
yeah, apparently in Philadelphia, September 1950, people reported seeing something falling from the sky. When the police go to investigate, they get to like this little impact crater and they see some kind of substance dissolve right in front of them. So they bring the FBI in to investigate. And then the Philadelphia paper runs this article and the police become the laughing stock nationwide for that weekend or whatever. So eventually when they made the Blob, the guy who had the idea, he didn't know what he wanted. He just wanted it to be a creature that's simple, yet your grandmother can kill it in her kitchen. So the creature designer, he remembered this and he's like, oh yeah, they described it as some kind of blob. So they made the movie.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
And that's Matt's
How
trivia.
many questions do you have, Matt?
I think I got like 3 or 4 more.
Let's do it. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
ask us another question.
Ask another one? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here's one. Okay, so this is for 15 points. In the movie Damien, screenwriter David Seltzer originally had a different name for the character. What was the name? A, Domlin. B, Draco. C, Lucian. Or D, Jeff.
See Lucian.
B.
D, Jeff.
You're all wrong.
No.
It's
Ew.
Domlin. Domlin, whatever the hell that is.
That's a weird name.
So he named the kid after like his friend's, I think it was like his niece or someone. It was his friend's kid. He named the character Domlin, but his wife says, no, you can't do that because we're never going to be able to hang out with them again. They're like, all right, we'll just name him Damien.
You named my baby after the Loch Ness Monster?
Nice.
So I'll say this, since it was 15 points and you all got it wrong, I'll just split everyone gets 5 points.
Woo!
Yay.
Cool. Okay, I've got 2 more questions. So, what's a genre you'd like to see mix with horror movies?
Rom-coms.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, isn't spontaneous? Like, thanks, car. Car agrees outside. Dang, that's loud. Right? Spontaneous? Yeah. Spontaneous is a movie that I believe came out in 2020.
Mhm.
Starring Catherine Langford and plenty of other awesome people. But it's so freaking good and it's full of heart and there's horror in it, but it's still like, I would say light horror, even though it can be kind of jarring. These people basically, I don't want to give it away, honestly. I don't want to give it away, except that there's a lot of heart to it. And it's very timely in a way. And yeah. I was gonna say also, musical. I'm gonna do 2.
Okay.
Musical and rom-coms. Okay, because Anna and the Apocalypse is so freaking good. And oh my god, what is it? The one with the
You can't do 3. You can't do 3.
Seymour. I'm not. What's his name?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of
Thank you.
Horrors.
Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors and Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay, so bam, those 2.
Okay,
Nice.
I like it.
So I'm gonna say superhero movies. Because the more I watch Constantine, the more I'm like, this could work. Like it doesn't really, but it could.
Mhm.
And like every time I walk into a Marvel movie, I'm like, I don't know, why do I like these movies so much? I'm probably not gonna like this one as much. And then like Shang-Chi ends and I'm crying. So like I think it's because they wear their emotions so much on their sleeve a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like horror movies and like good horror movies and good superhero movies like are so much about like characters and emotion, and like putting those out there as hard as possible. Even if some people are like, oh, it's too on the nose or something, like whatever.
Good.
Like just go for it. And so I think both of them are really good at going for it. So I think if you mix them enough, it would be you'd get something positive. And I think the Sandman is that.
Blade.
Blade is that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think Blade could be better, even Blade 2, because we watched Blade 2 recently. We didn't like it as much.
I like the first one.
Yeah, first Blade's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think that mixing those two have yet to provide something that's like remarkable.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
We'll see what happens with the new Doctor Strange.
Ooh, that's true. That's true. Sam Raimi, he's
I'm
he's
curious,
coming
like
to
how
direct
far
that.
into like the horror genre they're gonna go.
Yeah.
I sent Sam some like previs leaked footage possibly, and he's like, "Can you stop, please?" And I'm like, "Okay."
You can never tell these days,
Yeah, that's true. I would have to pick two. One would be comedy. So kind of like the Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein.
Mhm.
They took these two comedy icons and then they took like their horror icons and they're like, let's see what happens. And I wish, because there's a lot of horror movies out right now that are comedic, but like I'm really curious like what you could do if you really go for it. Like ideally, I would love Jordan Peele to make a movie with Key and Peele as the leads, because we've seen the show. We know how funny they can get. We know how like political and just how real their humor can get, and just throw that into a horror movie. I think that'd be really rad. And then my second one would be action movies, because I'm not a big horror fan, but I'm seeing a lot of cross between the directors right now.
Mm-hmm.
And how the style, it's both like the same, almost like the same formula for filmmaking. Like, okay, we got to keep your blood flowing through this whole movie,
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mickey mentioned Supernatural. I like that concept. I'm like, all right, well, I want to fight, or I want to watch a movie where the leads aren't afraid and they have to fight back. Something like that,
Okay.
Have you seen *Malignant*?
No, Sam told me. Sam described it as a punk rock horror movie. I was like, oh, dude, okay, I'm there. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and watch it one day.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, that's what I want to check out.
I think you'd love it.
I'll watch it with you. I will watch it with you if that makes you feel better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's so good.
Dope. Yeah, I would say like you guys pretty much like covered most of the genres. Yeah, like I don't know,
because we cheated. We all picked several.
It's not cheating. You guys are just excited. You want horror to spread out into different avenues and stuff. I would want just because I don't think anybody touched it, I would want like a more like sci-fi horror, but I want something that's more cosmic. So not like Alien. Like I don't want like another xenomorph thing, but I want to see something a little bit more like Lovecraftian, but like actually in space, because all of like the Lovecraft stuff, all like the old gods, all of those monsters, like all of those are always centered on Earth. And I want to see something where it's like, no, we're going out there, we're trying to explore. It's like, take the conceit of Star Trek where we're trying to, go to a strange new world, and it's, it's supposed to be utopian. And then it turns out that it's horrifying, it's too much. That's That's what I want to see. I think that'd be fun.
Nice. I like that.
Okay. Last question. But this question isn't for Matt.
Ooh.
Biggie and Amy, I want you guys to tell Matt or pick a movie for Matt that you think he would like. A horror movie that you think can get him into liking horror movies.
Okay, wait. Well, I have a question, Matt.
Okay.
Like, what are some of your favorite movies that you just like generally like?
Okay, so we're talking like either sci-fi or like adventure, you know? I mean, Indiana Jones, Star Trek, all that kind of stuff. Like my favorite horror movies are the ones that are like unique. Abbott Costello and Frankenstein, it's a comedy. Cabin in the Woods, because it's very meta. The Thing, because it's aliens. Stuff like that. And I'm always down. I'm always down for slashers too. Like when I say horror, I mean like horror, but like I'm down. Jason X is my favorite Jason movie, you know? So that should give you some kind of idea.
Do you like Frankenstein?
Yeah.
How do you feel about zombies?
I like it.
I have one.
I have two.
What the heck?
Okay. I have two movies that I don't know if you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen Day of the Dead?
No.
I think it's the one the least amount of people have seen. And I think that, and this is unpopular, I think Day of the Dead is George Romero's best movie.
Ooh.
Dang. Okay.
Okay.
It is bleak and angry and full of action, but it's like it has kindness and warmth inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like the weirdest character drama action movie like thing you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's super weird and it's super out there, and it's like this weird high watermark for like zombie movies that I think that I'd never hear people talking about Day of the Dead. I saw it this year, and I've seen Night and like Dawn for like the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years. But I never saw Day because people always talk shit about Day.
So like what part of his career was this?
1985.
Oh, okay.
So it was after Night and Dawn. It's the last one. Then he left it for a while and he came back and he did more of them. And I like the rest of them. I like Diary of the Dead. I like Land of the Dead. I like Survival of the Dead. But like I think this is Day of the Dead is his best movie.
Nice. This
So
sounds
I
fun.
think you'd like it.
Okay.
Do you want to say yours?
Yes. Okay, I have two as well. But I don't know if you've seen either one. So, have you seen Werewolves Within?
Is that the new one that came out?
Uh-huh.
No, but I want to.
See?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. I see where you're going.
So that one, it's amazing. If people don't know what that movie's about, don't search it, but you should know that Sam Richardson's in it. And if Sam Richardson is in something, you should watch it. So that's it. That's the reason. It's
Nice.
amazing. It's great. I think you'd really like it. I don't want to say anything else.
Okay. Okay.
Richardson just makes it.
Nice. Okay. I'll check it out.
What's your second one?
My second one, and Sam could attest to this. Sam,
Yeah.
isn't The Reanimator one of the best movie experiences you've ever had?
Yes. 100%. It's like what was that, like 80s, like 84, 82, something like that?
Yeah.
It's like a 1980s kind of Frankenstein, but it's also so much more. I don't even want to call it like a zombie movie too, because I don't think that's what it is, but
it's not a zombie movie.
Yeah, it's fun. It has my favorite performance of an actor from all of the 1980s. So
100%. That is
100%.
one of the best performances you've ever seen.
Mhm.
And like,
Mhm.
if you double feature it with Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator, there is a moment that it leads up to, and I told Sam this. There's a moment at the end of Bride of Reanimator that like will stay with you until the day you die. Not to hype it up too much, but it's kind of a comedy. It's fun. There's a musical about it. Some people made a musical about it, and I've heard some songs in the musical, and it's great. So yeah, if you're gonna check out anything, check out The Reanimator.
Okay. I feel like because I know I've heard people talking about this movie for years. I know it's like a classic or cult classic or whatever. Just never checked it out. I know nothing about it, so put it on my list.
There's something about movies that kind of only exists in the film, and the way what I'm saying is like, you know how in the Brady, not the Brady Bunch, in the Addams Family, the house is pink.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that the Addams Family house is pink. It means that to get that look on the film, they had to color it pink.
Mhm.
There's an effect that they use in all the movies, which is like the liquid that the Reanimator uses. That liquid doesn't exist. It only exists in the film. It's like a chemical trick that they use that only the film can catch, and it's one of the most magical things I've ever seen.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it doesn't exist anywhere. It doesn't exist on a computer. It's not a CGI. It doesn't exist in real life. It just exists on like that celluloid.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Awesome. Okay.
My second one would be, this one's completely different from Werewolves Within. But it's more like a journey. It's an emotional journey kind of thing, which if you like, like Indiana Jones, I feel like you like journeys, I don't know if you've seen it, Train to Busan.
Loved it. Loved it.
You loved it. Okay, well then have you seen, is it Host? Not The Host. Have you seen Host?
Host. No.
So Host is it's similar in that there's like, it's an emotional journey. And it's, definitely horror. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Boom.
Okay. Nice.
But oh my god, that's great that you really loved it.
That's a good question, Sam.
Yeah, that was good, Sam. And Amy, she got me like 2 for 2 right there.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
See,
I have to check these out.
Because I feel like that's the thing. Like, I feel like you're not gonna like every horror movie, but I feel like there's a specific thing that you like out of horror movies, and I'm like, yeah, there's more of that. You could keep watching that, and you'll get spooked a little bit, but I think you also have a really good time.
Nice.
The one, because I keep telling you, watch Malignant, watch Midnight Mass. I think the one that I would suggest would be As Above, So Below.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like found footage. The first half of it feels like Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider. You definitely have like the Descent vibes, like people going into the London catacomb or the Paris catacombs, and then it starts getting kind of creepy, but it kind of also never loses that sense of adventure. So I think you'll really like it.
Nice. Okay, man, I got some homework to do.
I've got some homework.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be all the time that we have right now. But guys, thank you so much for coming on. This was fun.
Well, hold on a second.
Oh,
it's okay. I won. Let's just, I think
I haven't crowned the champion yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Crown the champion.
Which one of these following movies scared Steven Spielberg? Bonus points if you can tell me why. 1408, The Orphanage, Paranormal Activity, or Trick or Treat?
The Orphanage.
I want to say it's Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity, yeah.
Okay. Sam and Mickey were right.
What the freak?
Because apparently he got like a screener before it was even like finished being made. And as he was watching it, his bedroom doors like automatically locked on him. And he was convinced that the movie was the DVD itself was haunted. So he walked around with it in a trash bag so he didn't have to touch it.
That's interesting.
That's
Mhm.
wild.
He should be more afraid of, the Poltergeist movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Okay. What horror movie was the first American film to show a toilet on screen and to feature the sound of a toilet flushing? This is for 25 points. Oh, wait, I got
What are the
multiple choice
choices
for you. Out of all the movies ever. Okay, so first American movie to feature a toilet: The Birds, Night of the Living Dead, Psycho, and Rosemary's Baby.
Psycho. Son of a biscuit. No.
Yeah, you
This is
both
of
got
us.
it.
Okay,
You
cool.
both got it.
I was gonna say the
Nice.
birds, but okay, cool. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's right, maybe.
All right. So that's a
What do we know?
trivia.
Because there's a bathroom. Because of the shower.
That makes
Oh
sense.
yeah, it's also the first movie to show a woman in her bra. The first American movie. Mm-hmm. That's how repressed the 50s were, guys.
Dang.
That's why she dies. That's why they killed her.
That's
Because she was
awful.
trying to get clean.
Okay, so Mickey and Sam are tied at 25 points. Amy has 20. So
Bad, girl.
for a whopping 30 points, this is a preference. I need to apologize because even though this is audio, we do get to see each other while filming.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say we should all dress up, but I forgot to ask y'all.
Dang it.
If I had, what would y'all have dressed as?
This is not a trivia question.
Nope, preference.
Preference.
For 30
Oh,
points.
I didn't understand.
For 30
For
points.
30 points, this is going to
Wait,
win
so
the whole
you
game.
pick. Okay.
Who would you have dressed as?
I have my Ghostface outfit, so I would have dressed up as Ghostface.
Okay.
Oh, I would have been, technically, his name's not Frankenstein. He's the monster. Because you love Frankenstein so much.
Okay, that's a good one. Sam.
Yeah, I would have wanted to try and dress up somehow as Christine, but I would have given up halfway and just come as Dracula.
If you had followed through, that would have been a really strong candidate for first place.
Thank
but I'm
you.
going to have to give it to not Frankenstein, the monster. So Amy wins the game with
Yay!
50 points. You're the Lost
You're just
Legacies
jealous.
Hollywood. You're the Lost Legacies horror movie buff.
Boom. How's it feel, Mick?
Don't worry, Mickey.
Slow clap, thank you.
Yeah, you'll get a chance to dethrone her next year. So
Yeah.
You'll have time to research.
research all the horror movies that
Everything.
are randomly out
and
there.
we'll have time to put on costumes, to
Mhm.
get our costumes together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think the blob thing was really cool.
That was
Yeah.
so cool.
That was
I
super
learned
Yeah,
a
that
cool.
was
lot.
crazy, right? Well, guys, thanks. I guess as we wrap up, why don't you two just drop your if you don't mind people finding you out there, any handles you got, social media, where can we find you?
Okay, well, technically, if you go to Instagram at Amy Cassandra, that's with a C as in cat, ASSANDRA MTZ, which is an abbreviation for Martinez. That's Amy Cassandra MTZ. You can find my link. It's a link that I have. It's like a really fancy link, and it takes you to everything that you need to find out about me
Ooh.
that I wanted to
love-
share. I should add.
Ooh, that's real
It's like
fancy.
a card. It's like a card thing. So
Mhm.
That's
follow me on
awesome.
Instagram, yeah.
Nice. If you go to Twitter, you can find me at the Mickey M. That's TheMickeyM. And if you want to read a comic that Sam and I have written, you can go to quetzalcoatlcomic.com. If you don't know how to spell Quetzalcoatl, I can't help you. I don't know how to spell it.
Google is free. We will also probably link this with the episode when it drops.
Nice.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Reel. That's REEL, Texas Weirdo.
You can find me on Twitter at _Matt Jimenez and on Instagram at Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Thanks again, everyone, for listening. Have a happy Halloween. we need like a cool phrase or saying to end the podcast. What should we all say?
Oh yeah.
Bye.
Yeah? Okay, we'll all do that. Okay, on
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Bye.